Hey guys, this is Brett. Getting my potatoes ready for planting. I thought I'd show you how I get mine ready. So I got a few sprouts already showing up. The way I got these to sprout, when you get them from the store, seed potatoes don't always have good eyes on them yet. I took this bag, of course it was tied, but I put it in my machine shop, a dark room. I covered it with plastic and it stays cool in there. It stays cool and dark, complete darkness for it. In the last couple, last 4 or 5 weeks, these potatoes went from having hardly no eyes to really long runners. Let's see if I can get one out. In a matter of a few weeks, these potatoes are stuck on. And what I'm doing today, I'm going to cut them. The ones that needs cutting, I'm going to slice them down. This one's got five good eyes on it. Almost 6, 7, really 7. So I'm going to slice it where I leave 2 or 3 of these on each piece. But these are ready to go on the ground. And hopefully in a few days I can get them there. So this is a red Pontiac. I've got 30 pounds of them. I just sliced it in half. When you slice them, you got to lay them out and let them dry out, because they'll rot if they stay wet. And these was getting pretty close. They were pretty down from the inside, pretty wet. Every one of them's got lots of eyes. Just kind of look it over, divide the eyes as best you can. Sometimes you can get more than one cut. You might get 2 or 3. I can probably slice this in 4s. I got 2, almost 3 eyes on that and 2 eyes on this one. I'm putting them in a bin down here. It's bended pretty good. It's actually made for produce. I got years ago. I have 4 pieces of that potato. That one's done really well. Like I said, dark place that stays good and cool. I mean, that building probably stayed in the 40s to 50s most of the time. Garage works really well. A basement, someplace where an animal can't get to it, of course. I won't get any potatoes, need them. Let's see here, how do I want to cut that? That was lopsided as it could be. I'm going to keep getting these out, keep cutting them, keep shaping them. Some of them I'll make too. Some of them I might not even cut. There's a little smaller than this. I'll probably just leave them whole. You get 3 or 4 days of dry weather and we're finna plant potatoes. I'm finna plant potatoes. Keep saying we, there ain't no we, it's me. But it's the plan anyway. Now the other 3 rolls of potatoes that I planted, they're potatoes we grew last year. Some of them was the baby potatoes. I keep them all. We call it the change. We're talking about the ones the size of your pinky or your thumb. I keep them. They'll plant. They'll grow. Some of them was like a thick peeling we took off of them. We'd seen an eye or a start of an eye, and we just cut a real thick peeling and put it in the window and let it dry for a day or 2. And then I put it in a little, it's a big yogurt cup I put in the bottom of the refrigerator when I put a lot of them in. And putting them in the bottom of the refrigerator, they don't freeze, so it don't kill them, but the cold keeps them from growing. They'll kind of go dormant. Them first 3 rows is actually potatoes from last year. Some of them potatoes last year were potatoes from the previous year. We plant sometimes 3-4 times a year on potatoes. I'm trying to reduce that this year to 3. And we'll hopefully go down to 2 when I get it set right. But we're trying to figure out how to get potatoes that we need planted at the right time so they come in and we got time to plant more potatoes. And not have to plant so many little runs. That's time consuming. Time does matter. Money matters when it comes to being on a homestead. Everything's got to fit the bill. Sometimes there ain't money for projects, sometimes there is. That's the reason we got different projects at different times. Me too. I've got a lot of potatoes to go through. I just thought I'd invite you along, show you what I was up to. Got a lot of potatoes to cut. It's gonna take a while, so probably skip on out on the video. Might turn it back on when I get all these cut and show you what I've got done. But ain't no use in boring you with all this cutting. You know what I'm just splitting them. I'm leaving 2 or 3 eyes on each piece. If I 6 or 7 eyes, I might split it in 3 pieces or 4 pieces, or some of them I might go back and even change my mind, don't cut them again. But the main thing is you want a little bit of meat left in that potato along with a couple of eyes so it has something to grow on. Because the white part of the potato is going to break down and it's going to feed the eyes growing. What you don't want is it to rot faster than the eyes grow. And that's usually hot weather. You put them in wet, hot ground, they're going to rot before the eyes ever start growing. It has to be cooler ground, as far as I'm concerned, or by experience. You put them out in cooler ground, you get them started, and once it warms, they grow faster, you get better potatoes. We plant them in hot weather, we plant them in cool weather, we plant them in the fall, spring. We try it at different times. And early in the springtime is a really good time to plant here in Tennessee, and later on in the fall is a good time, but you run the risk of frost when you get in late fall. You can plant them in hot weather and run them into the fall, but you got to keep a lot of water to them. I'll bring it back when I get this done. Well, I've got the first half done. This is 30 pounds of red Pontiacs. Yeah, that was it. I've got 4 Pepsi flats and this produce basket here of all cut potatoes. I'm assuming that's probably going to be about 3 rows the way it looks. I don't plant a real long roll over. I plant across the garden instead of long ways. But looks like about 3 rows for the red. I've still got all the white ones to go. There's 30 pounds of the, I was wrong, that's Yukon Gold. Them ain't the white ones. I got 30 pounds Yukon Gold cut. But just quick reminder, you want the eyes to grow completely dark, cool place, keep them dry. They got moisture in them already. Gotta make the eyes grow. When you get ready to plant them, if they're big potatoes, got several eyes, you want to cut them a few days early, let them dry. That's what I'm doing here. When it comes to planting, turn the eyes up, put the dirt to them. Bury them good. You don't have to bury them all at one time. You can go back and do it in stages, but put a couple inches of dirt on them at least, because something might dig them up. Fertilize it however you feel. I use bag fertilizer, I know. Some people don't like it. But when you plant 4 gardens, you got to have a lot of fertilizer, or you got to have a lot of compost. And you can't really buy compost around here and without trucking it a long ways. And my compost bins ain't building enough for 4 gardens. It'll be a while if I ever build that up. But I hope y'all are going to plant potatoes this year. It's a great crop. You get everything right, you get a great harvest. I ask that you like our video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Ring the bell. Tell other people about us. We're a small channel trying to get somewhere. Y'all take care.